Right, just meeting Aaron for this Woke as Fuck review today. Let's see where he is. Oh Jesus, he was working a night shift, he's asleep. See if this does the trick though, hang on a second. Aaron, you forgot your gym bag!
Hello again guys, a massive thank you for you checking back in with us, the Review Bros, and today in this episode we've got a nice one to give you guys, and that is Woke AF by Bucked Up.
And if you are new here, please do hit that subscribe button and tick the bell icon so you get notified of all future posts. We really do appreciate it.
We'd obviously like to thank Ryan Gardner over at Bucked Up. He physically handed us these tubs, we're very grateful. If you haven't already, we've already done Banff, so do go check that review out. We'll pop a link in the description below. And we do have the original Bucked Up still to go in the future. So for today's one, like I say, Woke AF.
Let's see how it compares.
Guys, we're bringing you that taste and mixability segment of our review now. Now this comes in 5 nice sounding flavours. We're lucky enough to have 2 of them, but it does come in Blue Raz, Killer OJ and Great Gains, as well as
Blood Raz and Rocket Pop.
So we're going to roll with these. We've got one each. Going to try and bring you our honest taste and mixability scores to you now.
Yeah, so we're going to try a bit of each other, sort of come to an overall score, try and advise you which is the best one to go for your taste palette. And it's a 1 scoop max job, isn't it?
Yeah.
Red versus blue, what do you know?
Here we go. So, Blood Raz, Rocket Pop.
Mixability?
Looks
Pretty
okay.
good.
I've got a bit of sediment, not a lot.
A little bit floating around, but nothing major. Let's see how it tastes. I like that. Does taste rocket poppy. I think I might prefer yours by a smidgen.
I've got a score in mind for both. I like them both a lot.
I was going to say 4.5 for yours and 4.25 for mine.
I would have gone 4.5 for both, but I do like them both.
I'm happy with that, 4.5 as an overall. They're really nailing the flavours, so we can only assume the others are just as nice.
I think it would only lose that 0.5 to be honest with you, just because that's like minuscule mixability segment.
Cannot complain. So 4.5 out of 5.
Okay guys, it is the price time of this pre-workout. Now obviously a lot of our followers are from the US, so for you guys we're going to do a section, and for us UK guys over here we're also going to do a section. I'm going to start off with the UK one. It's just a bit easier for us to remember straight off the bat. It is from buckedupuk.com. That is the website to go to, and the reason that is the website to go to is we were lucky enough to obtain a 20% discount code for you. And that code is BROS20. Now, originally off the website that was £39.99. Quite expensive, you may say. Our 20% off code actually gets it down to
£31.99, which is a good score, and it's a good score because it comes into a
£1.06 a serve. So that is really actually quite nice. That's a high 3.5 out of 5 on our consistent score. Now, the reason we're going to put it as that is because that code BROS20 is an indefinite code. So we know as long as you guys go to that website, put that code in, that is the price you will get it for. And now, obviously, we're going to move into the US side of things. It is a bit more expensive somehow over there, even though it is a US brand, which is quite surprising. But it still doesn't work out too bad. Now, we was lucky enough again for the buckedup.com website to get a 20% discount from there as well. It was $54.95, so it's quite expensive straight off the bat. Our Bros is the code that you'll need to get 20% off of that. Our discount code will get that down to $43.95, so it's a lot better, isn't it, guys? That per serving actually works out at $1.46 a go. So again, not bad. I will say that also this one actually just about slots into a 3.5. Now the differences between the UK and US are a bit strange. The UK one was a high 3.5, just missing out on a 4. The US one is a low 3.5, but nonetheless 3.5 both ends.
Yeah, so good bang for your buck overall, and we'll let you know on the effects if it's justified as well.
We will also chuck in those 2 codes for the 2 separate websites in the description below, guys, for you to use as and when you want. Hey guys, we're going to now move into the label of WOKE AF. We're just popping it up on the screen for you guys to have a quick look at now. It will go away, so do have a quick look, or pause this to really have a read if you're interested. Craig's going to go through them now, and I'll try and summarise what they do, dosages, etc.
Alright, so it's 1 scoop a go, just under a 12 gram scoop, 30 servings per tub. It's got some vitamin B12 in there at 100 micrograms, but getting into the real stuff, first up, citrulline malate 2 to 1, 6 grams.
Yeah, nice dose. That's your pump ingredient straight off the bat. Most pre-workouts have citrulline malate these days. At 2 to 1, it's going to be 4 grams of pure L-citrulline, so it is a solid dose. Nitric oxide levels in the bloodstream and all the rest of it, so it's a good pump ingredient to have, and that is a good dose.
Awesome. Beta-alanine, 3.2 grams.
Yeah, perfect clinical dose. That'll give you the beta tingles, you know, that itchy, allergic, almost feeling reaction you'll get when the pre-workout starts to kick in. We love it. Some people don't. But yeah, 3.2, as I say, is a very good dose, and it will help with endurance in the gym as well.
Next up is caffeine anhydrous at 333 milligrams.
Very random amount. You normally see it in 300, 350, 400, etc, but 333 for some reason has been used. But nonetheless, that is a nice dose. I'd say that's sweet spot, really. You know, that's a main stimulant, inhibits chemicals in the brain that make you tired, so therefore it gives you that kick you need to get started in the gym.
Lovely jubbly. Next up, alpha size, which is patented alpha GPC, 200 milligrams.
Yeah, we like that a lot. That's a nootropic. It helps with the brain, with the focusing, with getting in the zone, ready for the gym. How much milligrams, Craig?
200.
200. Has it got a yield in?
I'm assuming that's what's yielding, so it's not a statement.
Because normally it says yield in, and that gives you the amount that actually physically works. So we're going to assume that that is 200. We have seen higher, that we've got to be honest. We've seen up to, well,
300 is the highest. Yeah.
But nonetheless, that's still a solid dose. You'll still feel that, and we've always liked that ingredient, so yeah.
What's not such a solid dose is the next ingredient at taurine, 100 milligrams.
Yeah, we've seen that at 1,000 milligrams. That is quite low. Nonetheless, it's responsible for quite a few different things. You know, energy, pumps, a bit of focus there with it. So it's a jack of all trades ingredient. Yeah. But like I say, it is underdosed at 100 mg.
So potentially not enough to work, but we shall see. Next up is Himalayan rock salt, 100 milligrams.
Again, that is a low dose. We've seen that go up to, I want to say 300
3 to 5.
Yeah, maybe even 5. But nonetheless, we do enjoy that ingredient for a dry contraction pump. You know, salt automatically draws water straight into the muscle cell, very similar to creatine. So it will help with contractions, and it will help also a bit with recovery. So it is a nice and new ingredient we're starting to see crop up in quite a few pre-workouts. Nice
touch. Next up is Dendronium 4 to 1, 100 milligrams.
Never really seen this before in a pre-workout. There is insufficient evidence out there from the studies we've looked at. It is a jack of all trades ingredient, very similar to betaine anhydrous. In that it helps general athletic performance, you know, stomach cramps, pumps, just literally a very wide range. Again, insufficient evidence. Nonetheless, it's nice to see something new in a pre-workout, see if it comes across in effects.
Next up is deer antler velvet extract, the controversial ingredient at 50 milligrams.
Yeah, I'll be honest, there's not a lot of point in putting that in, especially at that low dose, because there is insufficient evidence, again, on this ingredient for boosting testosterone and strength. But nonetheless, it's interesting to see, and it does go along with their theme. This really is the ingredient that is specifically in the bucked up range. Deer antler, deers. You get the gist of the idea behind there. So fun ingredient, but I don't think it will do a lot for you.
Next up is Synephrine HCl 40 milligrams.
Yeah, we've always had really nice results with Synephrine. That is 10 milligrams under what we have seen, but that ain't going to make all too much difference. Bitter orange extract, basically, so it is a fat burner, a metabolizer of fat. It also in turn a stimulant, in that when the energy is released from the fat, it's gonna give you that boost. We like that. We do like that.
Yeah. And then finishing off the label is Astrogen and Actigen, both at 25 milligrams. Next
up, as you say, the Actigen and Astrogen. Astrogen is a patented ingredient for digestion. We like to see that. It'll help you get all this into the system as quickly as possible. Actigen's the more interesting one, however. It's been shown to increase endurance, recovery and energy, all three, and actually it's been shown against placebo people, placebo study should I say, and it's proven to actually work in those three elements. So very interesting to see, and that also is patented, so it's going to be an expensive ingredient for them to buy and put into this product. So great way to end the label.
Nice one. So there's a few fancy ingredients in there, so let's see how it comes together.
In reference, we'd just like to mention this against Banff. Banff is a more nootropic pre-workout, so it's going to get you a bit more focus. And on the other hand, Woke AF will get you a bit more stimulant. There's not going to be a hell of a lot of difference between the two. But yeah, that is the basis of Banff versus Woke. There's only a couple of different ingredients in each. As we've mentioned before, we've already reviewed Banff, so if that's something you're also interested in, then honestly do go and have a check that out. We'll chuck the link in the description below. We hope you've enjoyed this training segment too. Okay guys, it is that time. It's the effects section, the bit that most people are interested in. Let's face it, you want to know if this is worth your money. So
where do we start? We start where we always start. Beta-alanine. Yes, we felt it because it's a healthy dose.
Yeah, very nice. Itchy tingles. They really did work. So if beta-alanine is your thing, Woke AF will be your thing. Energy. Did it get us bucked up or not? It really is a nice pre-workout. We really do enjoy training on it.
Yeah, you do physically feel it kicking, not just because of the beta-alanine, but because of the synephrine and other fat burnery energy type ingredients. You feel geared up and revved up for the gym. Another thing we said is a good daily driver as well.
Absolutely, a really good daily driver, especially with our discount code, guys. That makes it a bit more worthwhile in price terms as well. I don't think you're going to go wrong with any of the flavours.
No.
What we like to obviously discuss in the effects section, we have 3 elements that we like to see.
The main ones.
Yeah. Which is focus, energy, and pumps. They're the 3 things that a pre-workout should be delivering. It has to be amazing in all to get a 5 out of 5. This was very good in all, but not amazing in all.
Yeah.
In such that it would be a daily driver, absolutely.
Because if something's smashing all of them at 5 out of 5, the chances are you don't want to be taking it daily because you'll be off your bonds. But this one's hitting everything to a nice level.
Yeah. And I'd argue that no one stands above another. They're all very even. I wouldn't say they were quite a 4.5 out of 5.
No.
And I wouldn't say that particularly they were as low as a 4. And we have thought about this quite intensely. We have taken this on several occasions, actually.
Yeah.
It's something we like taking. It's an enjoyable pre-workout. As I say, for anyone who's been taking pre-workouts for a while, this will still work for you.
Yeah, intermediate level. Not quite touching on Stim Junkie, but it is definitely enough for someone who's a bit experienced with pre's.
If for a Stim Junkie, this would probably be the stopgap in between absolute Stim heavy pre-workouts. This would be enough to get you in the gym and get you going. And for those reasons, pumps, energy and focus were all good, very good. It's going to get a 4.25 overall from us.
Yeah.
I'll be very honest, I kind of personally prefer this over the Banff.
I do, for that extra kick, because it just seems to get you going better in the gym. It's also worth noting, before we do wrap up the effects section, that there's no negative side effects, obviously.
No jitters, no crash.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of our workout, we felt like we could carry on going.
Definitely.
This would be something I'd recommend to anyone.
And our friends have taken it and they actually agree, they really like it as well, so it's good we've got a bit of outside opinion as well.
Yeah, so yeah, something we would recommend as a daily driver, absolutely. So 4.25 on its effects, that's the most important section.
Right, time to wrap it all up then. So first up was taste.
Taste, you know, we really enjoyed the taste of both flavours. Mixability also was good. There was slight sediment at the beginning, but actually, to be honest with you, by the time we actually got to the end of the drink, there was none of that remaining. So we gave that a 4.5 out of 5, you know, absolutely doable. And they do nail their taste segment. That moves into the price of the product. Now, there was, for some very strange reason, a variation between here in the UK and over there in the US, for you guys, US guys out there. It was slightly cheaper here, and I don't know why, because you'd have thought it'd have to be shipped over all the rest of it. Nonetheless, do use our discount codes. We're going to drop them in the description below, but both of the scores somehow still worked out at 3.5 out of 5.
At different ends of the spectrum.
Yes, exactly. And that moves us into the most important part of this review, the effects section. And actually, that was its... Well, actually, tell us, it was very close to being its best segment. We gave it a 4.25 out of 5. This would be something I'd love to take as a daily driver.
Yeah.
You know, there's no weaknesses to it.
It's one of the better daily drivers that we've come across, and like we mentioned, it's only not getting a 5 out of 5 because it's not smashing any of those elements, but it's hitting them all nicely.
Yeah, absolutely that. So yeah, that does sum up the final verdict. Again, a massive thank you to Bucked Up for getting us this tub, Banff, if you want to check that review out. And we do have, yes, the Bucked Up to come.
Let us know if you've tried any of their products and if you think that they're more than just a marketing company.
Yeah, do drop us a comment, guys. Let us know your thoughts and feelings. There's a lot of people out there who have tried WOKE AF. Let us know what you thought of it. Let us also know what you want us to review in the future. We have a lot coming up, very interesting ones. So do subscribe if you haven't already. It means the world. As always, guys,
Stay
stimmed.
woke as fuck style.